Hello everyone, welcome back to the next Frankenstank short video. This one is about the revamped, get it? Vampire? The revamped heroes. So the way that the heroes work, just to kind of brush back up on that a little bit, if your team starts off 0-2, you get a hero. This is not a card, guys. Everybody wants to call it a hero card. Only monsters are cards. Heroes are just heroes. Heroes are players on your team. So there was a lot of confusion over how it worked last year. Last season was the first year we did it. We had this crazy idea for how to go about doing it, and it was effective if you really understood it and monitored it and paid close attention when setting your lineup. But a lot of people don't have time for that, and we get it. So we've revamped it. Now it's going to work a little bit differently, but with the same concept, the same idea. So heroes give you, if you start off 0-2, you get a hero, and then that hero, it's randomly selected for you. You get that hero, and it will score you anywhere from 24 points to 35 points any given week. Okay, so the heroes that I have down now, I listed like over 100 heroes on here instead of just the 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever we had last season. So like, for instance, Sarah Connor from Terminator, Laurie Strode from Halloween, Sidney Prescott from Scream. All of those are going to be worth the top value, the 35 points. And then Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, and Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, Ash Williams from The Evil Dead, worth 34, all the way down to the 24-point value, where we're going to have guys like Austin Tilden from The Autopsy of Jane Doe, Stevie Wayne from The Fog, Annie from It Follows. So like, we have heroes at every single level, and there's a lot of them for me to get down to that that type of name recognition for the 24, but I kind of rank them in order of badassery, if you will. So if you have one of these heroes, then you have to designate to us what position that hero is going to play. Okay, so let's say you end up getting Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead, and you come back to me and say, I want Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead to be my tight end. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to manually custom make a player that is Daryl Dixon, tight end for the Arizona Cardinals or the Baltimore Ravens or whoever. I'm just going to randomly throw that out there as a custom player, and I have to choose a team. So I'm going to make it, put a team on them, and you're going to put Daryl Dixon on. You're going to have Daryl Dixon on your lineup. Then each week you can choose to start him in the tight end position, or you can choose not to start him in the tight end position. You can choose to start him in your flex, your tight end flex, or not. Anywhere where you can start a tight end, you can choose to start him, or you can choose not to start him. We're going to leave that entirely up to the people that have the heroes. There is still a 1 p.m. Sunday deadline on this, because you know how many points that player is worth. You're going to get, like, for instance, Daryl Dixon's worth 34 points. You know you're going to get 34 points every single week for him. We can't let you wait until Monday night and decide if you're going to start him or not based off of how many points you need to win. So we do still have the 1 p.m. Sunday deadline. If Daryl Dixon is in your starting lineup, I'm going to make a note of it. I'm going to give you the 34 points. If he's not, then I'm not going to give you the points for him. And if you try to sneak him in after the 1 p.m. deadline, then you get hit with the illegal lineup. So that's the only part that could still really give people an illegal lineup, is if you're choosing to swap them out later, because we can't just make it the same starting time as whatever team, so there still has to be at least the 1 p.m. deadline for your heroes. Other than that, it's going to work pretty much all the same. It's just easier for you guys to set your lineup. There's going to be a whole lot more heroes involved this way. And we also kind of came up with an idea where we may be mortalizing Frank winners of the past. So we've had 4 champions. There's a good chance that you may be seeing these previous 4 champions on the list of potential heroes moving forward. So So that's something that's kind of something that we're working with. But if you see somebody like Iceman on there, or I don't know, I'm kind of drawing a blank from our previous champions, but if you see their names on there in the form of a hero, that's why. It's because they're former champs. So, but if you have any questions, don't forget, reach out to us at JustinFF_ at Coach Sheps on Twitter. You can email us toiletsandtitles@gmail.com. So that's it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions.